Hi, I'm Diana, and welcome to our Tuesday series, UnBlah Your Life, where we tackle small projects that make big differences in your life. Today we're talking about ways to decorate your home that don't take up much space, but add a lot of character. This is something that you can do whether you just moved into your house or you've lived there for decades, because your home's character is your home's personal style. Personal style is something I know a little bit about, and if you think about personal style, it's never one brand from head to toe. It's a mix of things. It's a mix of new and old, high and low, fancy, casual. Personal style can't be rushed. It comes over time and it comes with intention. So as you might know, I just moved into a new place. I actually didn't own very much because I was moving from a much smaller apartment. But I'm not rushing to fill up my space because I really want it to reflect who I am and the things that I love, and not just casually be filled with stuff. I'm very comfortable with living in emptiness for a little while I figure it out. I actually think the house is going to sort itself out, just like your personal style will sort itself out, as long as you choose items that are beautiful to you. Because if you're focused on filling up fast, you might end up at a store like IKEA, which is not a bad thing in itself. It's just that you might go through IKEA and say, I need a side table, I need this, I need that, and suddenly your whole house looks like IKEA. Curating your house like that is a little like watching your kid grow up in 1 month from preschool to high school. You've missed the whole journey. You've missed the fun of it. I really like shopping for things with character, things you'll never see again, things you have never seen before on places like Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp. I'm comfortable meeting strangers. I like people. If you're not comfortable meeting strangers, Etsy's a great place to curate unique finds. So the two items I first picked up for this house were this interesting footstool. I picked it up from an actor who also curates homes. You meet fascinating people. So I picked up this footstool that I really love and adds a lot of texture. And I picked up this really interesting lamp that was over $1,000 new, and I got it for $60 just because someone was tired of it. And now I have a character lamp. And these are items that make my house look very unique and special to me. Getting new things is absolutely exciting, but you have to pace yourself. So I decided to curate my space for now mostly with experiences, inviting guests over and having them have a unique experience to this place. And one of my favorite experiences is scent. I mainly use two different perfumes right now. One is Les Cerises and one is Amber Noir. Les Cerises, it actually does smell like ripe cherries and leather. It has a very deep, complex scent. But it's very feminine, and I like to wear this with like my frillier, lighter clothes. And the Amber Noir I like to wear with my more minimal, streamlined, soft texture clothes, things that are a little bit more polished. So I like to use these perfumes to accentuate those types of outfits, just like I like to use different scents to accentuate different rooms, different spaces. So for the kitchen, my favorite is to choose scents that are not sweet or cloying or floral. I choose scents that are more like herbs, crisp scents like basil, thyme, oregano, heirloom tomato. These are exciting to me because they don't clash with when you're cooking. In fact, they just smell fresh and clean. It's a little more sophisticated than just choosing lavender, vanilla, birthday cake. These are all scents that everyone has smelled a million times. It does not create a unique experience. For the living space, I like something that's a little more intellectual, a little deeper, a little darker, something like sandalwood. Like this spray, Bois de Santal, is like a warm, earthy, rich sandalwood, tobacco leaf kind of scent that people can't place, but it makes them feel grounded. And I like to spray this about 30 minutes before guests arrive. And there's just this little bit of it in the air that creates an experience. For a place like the laundry room that you're not going to be spending a lot of time in and you can't leave a candle, I prefer something like a diffuser. And I like something that's garden inspired because my laundry room is right off of my side yard, which has a peach tree and a grapevine. And for the bedroom is where I choose a more floral scent, something that feels very spring and summer right now, like this peony candle is going to create the right vibe for me. And that's what I love about scents, is they can be so unique and so individual. You just want to maybe try to choose more sophisticated blends that are unusual, things that really set a mood that people can't really place. All of these scents are from Quince, and I have never gone wrong with a scent from Quince. So speaking of experiences, I really love to have people over for food. And I love the idea of charcuterie, except I don't like when people start pulling food off of it and all the food starts kind of falling toward each other. I do not like that. I like to keep it a little bit separate according to flavor profiles, like olives and pickly things together, cheeses together, crackers together. So I like these individual acacia wood boards, and I like that they can be passed around separately. Suppose somebody's not even interested in olives, which I cannot understand how you could not be interested in olives, but suppose that happened. You do not have to pass the olive portion of the board. And I love the way acacia wood looks. I have a lot of things that are acacia wood, and I make sure that I keep them polished up with like a beeswax wood conditioner. I really like how that makes the richness of the wood tones come out. I like that these individual boards create an experience that's more like comfortable snacking, cozy vibes where people are relaxed, rustic entertaining. Rustic entertaining allows people to let their guard down because nothing is too fancy. And I'm not afraid to entertain before my house is decorated. I think that makes people feel like part of this house where they see it in different stages. They do not need a perfectly presented house to feel comfortable in it. They just need good food, good company, and a hug. Another thing that makes people feel relaxed is having a cozy blanket on their lap when things start to get cooler. I like to use a larger blanket, larger than a throw. A throw is never big enough. Your feet are sticking out, your knees are sticking out, you can't get it around you. Throws aren't big enough. So I like a twin bedspread, and this is definitely big enough. You can wear this around your entire body. You can share this with someone next to you, and I think that's way nicer. Try doing this with a throw. Another way of decorating without taking up space is decorating with light. I got some string lights for my front porch and I have them on an automatic timer so they go on at sunset. And I also love Philips Hue light bulbs, my new favorite activity. This is my absolute, I just love this. This makes me feel so cozy. You can change the color of your light at any time of day. And if you have the bridge, it allows you to change your lights even when you're not home. Why would you want to change your lights when you're not home? Because sometimes you're coming home and you want to come home to a nicely lit home. I just love that I can change the vibe anytime I want. I've hooked it up to Google Home, so I just pretty much say, okay, Google, change my lights, and it does.
What would you like to change about your lights?
I wasn't talking to you this time. And you know how I love my LED candles that go on and off with a little tiny remote, and they're rechargeable. So there's no batteries involved. All of this makes me feel like I have a fully decorated home already, even though it's nearly empty at this point. The golden rule is that if your items don't tell a story or evoke a feeling or a memory or just simply bring you joy, then they're taking up space. So the challenge I want you to do is take a look around you and see if there's anything that's simply taking up space. Something that feels generic, maybe you bought it to fill a void, and remove it for a week. I mean, you might not even miss it. Space is a decoration. Leaving space around your items is decor. It's peace. So if you do feel like you really need an item there, but that item was generic, replace it with something that you really do truly love. Pick something that really speaks to you. I think the overall takeaway is that your home shouldn't look like a trend. It shouldn't look like a showroom. It needs to look like your travels and your ideals and your quirks. Building a unique home filled with soul cannot be done quickly, but the payoff is a space that feels unmistakably yours. And I'm so looking forward to the journey of this. I actually don't feel like there's going to be any destination where my house is completely decorated for the rest of my life. I think it's always going to be a journey, and I'm really excited about it. All right, if there's anything that you want to talk about in particular about bringing things into your home, let me know in the comments. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you soon.